Hey, what is good everyone, Chris here, welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about my favorite three lenses for Fujifilm X-T3. And because I recently bought this camera, I thought why not make a video for you in case you have this camera to make you understand and decide which one is for you. These three lenses are not new lenses, are old lenses, not super old, but all of them have been tested and reviewed by many people. So today we're just talking about my opinion and my conclusions, what I'm thinking about them, and if they're good for you or not. So let's get to work. If you didn't subscribe to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Also, like these videos, give them a thumbs up. It's super important. And I don't know what happened with the last one. People abused the thumbs down button. I think they liked it more. Well, forget about that one. Just give them a thumbs up. I'm just kidding. You guys go ahead and do whatever you think. Let's get to the video. And like I said, today I'm going to tell you about the three most important lenses for me when I'm using the Fujifilm X-T3. And this camera being small and very portable, it's a camera that you can easily pocket in your jacket, maybe not in your jeans, but it's a small camera nonetheless, and I bought it for street photography. So mainly this video is about people who are shooting on the go, who are shooting events or street photography, family stuff. Probably some of you will not agree with me and my choices, but for most of you, I think this is important to know. First lens that I'm going to talk about today, it's the 23mm f1.4. This is not a cheap lens, but it's an amazing lens in my opinion. I inherited this from my trade, and I'm super happy that this one was included. It's a great lens, amazing, sharp, open wide, and it's a 1.4 lens, which means you have a lot of light getting into, and you can shoot in low light, no problem. The APS-C sensors are amazing sensors in low light, and I'm pretty sure that you can use this one for events and weddings. I already did for some of mine at the beginning of this craziness, but I can wait for the next ones that I have next year to start shooting this lens more and more. This is probably the lens that will be on my camera for most of the time. So like I said, it's a very wide open lens. It's very well built. It's built out of metal. It's a very rugged lens, and I do have this metal hood made by JJC. If you like the aesthetics of your equipment, you should go for one of those. This is a lens that, for the form factor, it's probably the best lens to carry with you every day, everywhere. So if you're shooting street photography, if you're shooting family photos or events, if you're even shooting portraits, and you're doing a little bit of an environmental portrait, this lens will do very well. And now to see how it fits on the camera, I'm gonna put it up. Like I said, and I'm always reminding you about this, this is a metal grip that I'm using on my X-T3 for making the camera a little bit more grippier. Not that the grip that it has, it doesn't feel good, but I wanted to have something more grippier. I'm more sloppier when it comes to moving the camera all around, and I don't want to, you know, just make it fly away, and that's why I'm using this grip. But even with this one, and I mentioned that some of the lenses are digging in your nails because of this grip. Other than that, the camera itself, it's pretty well with any lens, but this one feels very good on the camera and with the grip as well, because it makes the camera a little bit more heavier. It feels amazing. It feels very well balanced. It's very well balanced. It doesn't go anywhere. This actually feels like a true mirrorless, small, low weight, and very portable. So this is the lens that I love the most when it comes to low light, because it's very wide open at 1.4. Now, for those of you who know already, Fujifilm is going to release the 50mm f1, which probably it's going to be an amazing lens. I actually did a video. I'm going to link it up here in the description if you want to check it out. That's going to be a very good lens. I can wait to test it because I do love wide aperture lenses. Now, the second lens that I want to talk about today, and I'm going to go for the one that I actually love. It's the 27mm f2.8, the Fujinon lens. This lens, it's a breed. It's amazing lens, and it does have a very small footprint. It's a pancake lens that you can put in on your camera and forget about it. This is probably the best combo to go with the Fujifilm X-T3 or the X-T30 or the X-T20, X-T10, because being this small, you won't even realize that you have a lens on your camera. I'm gonna put it on to show you what I'm talking about, and I showed it in the past and people were asking me why I'm using this lens instead of other lenses, because some say that the autofocus it's not amazing. For me it is, and it focuses pretty well. Maybe it's my lens, maybe I got lucky with it, I'm not sure, but it does focus well. The only downside of this lens is that it doesn't have an aperture ring and you have to change your aperture on the front dial. You can set it up to change the aperture and ISO as well. So for me it's not a big downside, but if you are into experience and whole thing of having the aperture ring here in front and be able to control the aperture fast, that might be a downside. I do love this lens for street photography. It's super sharp, it's very reliable. The autofocus, like I said, it's not amazing, but it's there and you can definitely work with. No comparison with, let's say, the Fujifilm X-F10 that had a very bad autofocus and I couldn't get through the day with that camera. So yeah, I love this lens. This is my favorite lens for street photography, and to grab this camera all the time I'm going outside because it's small and it's portable. And I also bought a special ring. This one, it's made by Halki or something like that. I'm not sure, the brand is not even branded, which is good. And that's it. This is the hood for the 27mm f2.8. Like I said, it's a metal hood that gives a little bit of a you know, square look of the lens that I know that everybody loves. Another good thing is the lens cap actually fits this one and you won't have any problems at all using the lens cap with this hood. I'm gonna put it in the description down below in case you want to buy it. Let's move forward and talk about the next lens, and this one is a little bit more niched. This is the 56mm f1.2. It's a heavy, hefty and very well built lens with a very wide aperture at 1.2. It's pretty much the same as the 23mm f1.4, just a bit bigger and a little bit heavier. This is actually my favorite focal length. I love 85mm, I love portraits. That's what I'm doing. I love people, and I do love the bokeh out of this lens. It's beautiful, it's creamy. It's more like an art lens, and like I said, it's a bit niched because of that. Not everyone loves to shoot that. I shoot my portraits very wide open to f4. People are shooting f5.6 to f8. I do love environmental portraits, shoot at 1.2 and create that beautiful shallow depth of field behind your subject when everything it's thrown out of focus. This is the lens that I will definitely use on the street if it's a wide area, like let's say shooting New York or San Francisco, when I want to be on both sides of the road and it's gonna be tough because of the traffic and everything. And having this one will make you stand out of the crowd and make your subject stand out of the crowd because of the depth of field, because of the focal length. This is probably the best lens for shooting portraits in my opinion, and will probably rival with the 50mm f1.0 that comes in a week or so. So yeah, this one is gonna be cheaper. The 51.0 is around $1,500 when it's gonna be released. This one, it's I think $900 or $1,000. So it's a bit less, a little bit old. The autofocus, it's not very fast, but for portraits, even for street photography, I think it's very suitable. I didn't try shoot landscapes on this one. I heard people doing it. I will probably try to see what is, but the sharpness of the lens, it's great. So I don't see a downside for shooting landscapes. This is pretty much it, guys. I do love these lenses. These are my 3 favorites. I hope this helped you decide if you want to buy one of them. Also, if you have any other suggestions and opinions, please put them in the comments down below and let me know what you guys shooting the most, what lenses from the Fuji lineup you love, even if it's not a true Fuji lens like a Fujinon, even if it's a Viltrox or whatever other brand. Put them in the comments down below and let me know, because I'm always looking for new lenses. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and help me grow this channel and become a community. Give these videos a thumbs up. Please forget about the thumbs down, because the last video actually scared me with how many thumbs downs I got. And I will definitely see you in a bit.